years that all students should be considered at risk. By no fault of their own, our students are bringing emotional baggage to our ensembles caused by the lockdown last spring and our current circumstances. Remember that band or orchestra may be the only thing that's keeping some students involved in school right now. For those of us still teaching remotely, that kind word you offer a student through the screen may be the only positive thing that happens to them that day. Also, keep in mind that many students who come to school for their ensemble rehearsals may not be able to practice outside of school because of their parents' work schedules in the home right now. Everyone's got lots of stuff going on, and we have to remember that we really are all in this together. This year, a willingness to show a little grace to all those around us will go a long way if we are going to get through this with some sense of sanity. Students need our support in new ways so they can learn to deal with all the new stresses in middle school right now, as if middle school wasn't challenging enough already, right? We may not be counselors, but we can still use our discipline of music to help students refocus on life. For those of you who are having on-campus rehearsals, did you notice how eerily quiet the students were when they first returned to your rehearsal space? I'm sure all communities are different to some extent, but I was shocked at how withdrawn my middle school band students were the first week back at school. Let me tell you, it was not great for making music. I have really had to cajole and coax the students into moving air again. They can do it. They've done it in years past and in months past, and it's slowly coming back, but it's something that we have to retrain. I have also made every effort to talk to each student individually, even if just for a brief conversation in the instrument storage area before or after school. After missing most of the previous spring semester, I found that students needed to be drawn out of their numb state. They actually need to practice interacting with adults other than their parents and immediate family. Getting students past the social isolation of the lockdown last spring continues to be a focus for us. And I can't think of a better way than performing music to get students making healthy connections with others again. Obviously, teachers have been affected by all of these events also. The question I have for you is, are you doing all the things that are necessary so you can be an effective presence in your students' lives? Whether we are in our first or 30th year, self-care is essential to being able to provide the kind of effective teaching our students require right now. Things like eating healthy, getting enough rest, and exercise are common sense requirements of all of us, and especially now. This type of self-care will give you the calm and confidence to be the kind of teacher your students need daily. I encourage you to protect your personal and family time. You may have to be like a college professor and set those office hours. Alert your students and parents that you will respond to emails during those times only. It is always surprising to me how students expect to see a grade online almost immediately for any makeup work they submit. But be proactive. Require them to send an email notifying you regarding this work. Once you have taken time for yourself, you'll be ready to make a new plan of attack for the semester. Many of us will find that the usual competition or band trip will need to be moved to the back burner this year. This is not just because the district administration has said no to travel, but because we need to focus on what is most important at this time: the relationships we develop with each and every student as we teach them music. Now our job is to find new and fulfilling opportunities to help build these relationships. This is definitely the year for you to shake things up a bit and create new priorities and new goals. You may never have such a perfect opportunity to add new things to your curriculum. I encourage you to avoid cognitive dissonance. Don't let your behaviors undermine your beliefs. I think we all understand that we're just going to have to move more slowly this year. Your beginners may not make it as far in the method book, and your top honors group may not get to that level of difficulty you played last year. But hey, stop worrying about the calendar and where you would be on a normal school year, because in case you haven't noticed, this is not a normal year. You can also protect your time by not over-assigning work to your students using software that's new to your instruction. Smart Music, Flipgrid, Kami, many others, they're all great. They're wonderful tools for learning, but try not to overdo it. It takes time to get middle school students acclimated to the technical demands of new software. Do not assume just because your students are pros at Minecraft that they'll be able to find the submit button on Smart Music. We must all accept that students will need major review work and reteaching of concepts after missing so much of the spring semester last year. In fact, second-year players will have major gaps in their instruction due to missing so much of beginning band. Instead of allowing this to frustrate you, focus on overarching concepts like posture, hand position, tone, intonation, articulation, balance, blend, shaping the phrase. These are all worthy goals, no matter if you're on page 2 or page 42 of your method book. Keep in mind, beginners will not know the difference, and they will not even notice a slower pace unless you allow your frustration to show on your face and in your interactions with others. If you exude excitement about being back together and about the task at hand, they'll be excited too. Here are a few things we're trying with my Pizitz band this year. We're performing many more in-house concerts. For example, we love having our special needs classes to the band room for short concerts by all of our ensemble classes. This is definitely a win-win situation. Their class gets to experience how to be an audience, and my band gets to perform for a very appreciative group of students. Another idea we're trying is the choir and band classes are performing for each other once every 6 weeks. Of course, we're doing this outside, socially distanced, and in masks. But what a great way for directors and students to create camaraderie between our programs and to have another performance opportunity for our students. We're having a chamber music festival in each class, and students are performing solos and small ensembles for each other. I can't think of a better time to make chamber music an important part of your curriculum. We're focusing on student leadership more than ever before this year. We have a band council and section representatives for each of our bands. While the students aren't making any life-changing decisions regarding our program, they love taking on the leadership roles. Another thing we are trying this year will be a jazz band concert in the parking lot of an assisted living facility close to our school. Prior to the performance, we'll write postcards wishing everyone good health and announcing information about our concert. While we hope to have an in-person concert attendance before the end of the school year, we are making plans to live stream the chamber music concert and holiday concert and spring concerts this year. I believe we should fight to keep concerts on our school calendar. Students need to perform. It's what we do. Training parents to carve out time on the family calendar for their child's band concert is an important part of being a band parent. While we are not able to hold our annual October beginning band mini concert for the parents, we'll definitely be doing some sort of beginning band holiday program. Intermediate and top ensembles will perform a holiday and spring concert as well. It may be live streamed or in person, but either way, we will perform. We're not doing practice logs this year. Instead, the focus is on more playing tests in class, smart music pass-offs, and project-based learning. I think that it's important to give students a reason to practice and not just an opportunity to record unstructured minutes on a log. One of the best things to happen to band programs during the COVID-19 time has been the sudden appearance of many new flex band arrangements. Composers have taken some of the most popular titles and rearranged them using a flex band format. This has helped bands with limited instrumentation maintain the musical integrity of many of the composer's most popular pieces. The idea behind this is that band arrangements can be broken down into 5 parts plus percussion. Each of the 5 parts are provided for each section. You assign parts as needed based on your instrumentation needs. You can also use these arrangements to strengthen weak sections by passing out the same part. I cannot stress how helpful these arrangements have been for the Pizitz Band. Please remember to thank the composers who had the foresight to provide us these invaluable teaching tools the next time you see them. Our students need music more than ever before, and I can't think of a more important time to be a music educator. My favorite Leonard Bernstein quote is, "This will be our reply to violence, to make music more intensely, more beautifully, and more devotedly than ever before." You could replace the word violence with COVID-19, and you've got the perfect quote for right now. It's my personal belief that if the performing arts are to come back to life in full force in our communities, it will be largely due to the close relationship between local performing arts organizations and music educators. When the time is right, reach out to your nearest orchestra office and set up a visit from symphony members. Often these in-school performances are gratis and provided by the local musicians union. Make a plan for a socially distanced concert or masterclass. Be prepared to explain how you plan to handle the COVID-19 risk mitigation issues with the performers. This may set their minds at ease and make them more willing to come perform for your students. My money says it will first be the middle school and high school fine arts departments that get people back in the seats enjoying live music. My hope is that school concerts will help reawaken people's desire to attend professional orchestra and community band performances in all of our cities and communities. In closing, let me say what an honor it has been to be with you today. I encourage you to keep a journal this year, and you should encourage your students to do so as well. We will all have so many memories from our pandemic year. Veteran teachers like me will close out careers with stories of survival, while you younger directors will look back and remember how you made the very best of a bad situation. I just know that we will all feel a sense of ease when issues related to the pandemic come to a close. Best wishes to you all, and I hope to see you in 2021 in beautiful Chicago, Illinois at the McCormick Place.